Angel Reese has just been suspended for the entire season and fined over $1.2 million for what she just did, as she was caught saying the Z word on live TV.
On Caitlin Clark, she will be missing Friday's game due to her continued groin injury, and Angel Reese has been suspended for Friday's game after getting assessed a technical foul Wednesday night for pimp slapping Aaliyah Edwards.
Okay, this is wild. Angel Reese just got sidelined with a suspension, and seriously, the timing could not be worse because she's officially out for the Sky's huge clash with the Fever. Remember just days ago when she caused a massive stir by criticizing her own teammates, only to totally backtrack after a huge backlash. Well, now sitting out this massive matchup just amplifies all that drama and leaves everyone with even more burning questions. Is this just a rookie mistake spiraling completely out of control, or has Angel already gotten tangled up in the intense pressure of her own spotlight? Either way, let me tell you, this whole mess just escalated big time.
Angel Reese receives her 8th tech, which will prohibit her from playing against the Indiana Fever. And 2, she's in some pretty hot water with her teammates about the Chicago Tribune.
So Cathy Engelbert, sitting in the commissioner's chair, must have genuinely thought she was on the verge of some genius move. She cooked up this idea that the WNBA desperately needed drama, and her brilliant solution? Shove Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky down everyone's throats 5 times in a single season. I mean, seriously, forget fresh matchups, forget any kind of variety, we just got reruns on repeat, like the entire league suddenly became a late-night sitcom marathon. Sure, it practically guarantees headlines, but at what cost, right? Fans want growth, they don't want recycled storylines. Cathy didn't just schedule games, she basically scheduled deja vu.
Today, Cathy Engelbert tried to rig the cards in the WNBA's favor by having the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky go head-to-head 5 times this season. Unfortunately for Cathy Engelbert, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese will only be going head-to-head 1 of those 5 times, and that time has come.
Alright, so the supposed big hook, right? Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. This was the rivalry that was supposed to drag women's basketball into absolute must-see TV territory, hyped up like it was the second coming of Ali versus Frazier. But here's the absolute kicker. Out of 5 heavily promoted games, these two have only squared off once. Just once. Meanwhile, Clark's nagging injury has lingered longer than a Netflix project stuck in development hell, and Reese keeps racking up suspensions like they're loyalty points. Fans didn't get fireworks, they got reruns. Engelbert promised a rivalry, but what she actually delivered feels a whole lot more like Titanic 2, and it's still sinking.
How did that happen? How did we get here? What she just said, the national championship game. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before Angel Reese walked up to her, did this.
Lads, Angel Reese is currently up to be suspended. She has 7 technical fouls on the season. And if this was last season, in a 44-game season, she would have already been suspended. She would have already been suspended. And it is genuinely one of the funny things about this is that her fans are arguing that none of the techs are warranted. They are all warranted.
So why wasn't Angel Reese on the court Friday night, you ask? Simple, she got suspended after pulling off a spinning backhand on Aaliyah Edwards, looking like she was actually trying out for the UFC. I mean, forget about boxing out, forget about positioning. Reese just went straight into full-on Mortal Kombat mode. And let's be super clear, this wasn't even a regular slap. No, she threw the backhand, which is like the ultimate sign of disrespect. That's not just a foul, that's centuries of attitude condensed into one quick wrist flick. The WNBA didn't get drama. They got a highlight reel straight out of a fight promotion. It got wild.
Oh snap, she packed her up, bro.
So Aaliyah was
she low-key packed her up. It was so sly. Oh shoot. Dang, Angel. Man, this is horrible timing if she get this 8th technical. I think they're gonna give her a technical. Getting suspended for a game after what she said about her team basically being trash and needing new players, man. Yeah, that's a tech. Dang. So she's gonna be suspended. This is all just Bad timing, bro. Bad timing.
That's right. Angel Reese didn't use the front of her hand. Angel Reese went with the back of her hand and bow right across Aaliyah Edwards' head.
Naturally, the debate absolutely exploded. Was it intentional, malicious, or was Aaliyah just selling a flop? Please. If you blinked, you probably missed it, but seriously, freeze the tape and it's crystal clear. The wind up, the torque, the follow through, that was absolutely not some accidental swipe. It was a pure geometry demonstration. Angel's arm literally turned into a compass, sketching a flawless arc straight across Aaliyah's face. That, my friends, is precision, not coincidence.
But I'm here to tell you, when I picked my phone up and I looked at all of these damn alerts, I say, hold up, wait a minute. It is looking spooky. Angel Reese got suspended. Angel Reese threw her team under the bus. When the hell did this happen?
And you have to give credit where credit is due. Aaliyah Edwards sold that contact. Down she went, clutching her head like Zeus himself had just struck her with a lightning bolt. Totally Oscar-worthy. People were acting like she'd been smacked into another dimension entirely, but honestly, Aaliyah probably hasn't taken a slap like that since she was 5 years old, dumping flour all over the kitchen floor. But hey, she sold it. The ref saw it, and Angel Reese just racked up her 8th technical foul of the season, which by the way means enjoy that suspension, Angel. But here's the thing, that slap was just one tiny chapter in the ongoing Angel Reese drama series, because when she's not out there handing out backhands, she's busy handing out insults. Angel has literally been running through her own locker room like a roast master at a comedy club, calling out names Rachel Bannum, not a leader, Haley Van Lith, not ready for this league, Courtney Vandersloot, too old and too broken, Kalia Copper, too busy gossiping at half court, Rebecca Allen, shouldn't even be in the league. I mean, Angel basically turned Media Day into Mean Girls Chicago edition. And get this, even the coach wasn't safe. According to Angel, Tyler Marsh needs to coach harder, as if the man has just been sitting on the bench, sipping lattes while his team is absolutely free-falling into last place. The Chicago Sky are a brutal 9-30 right now. 9 wins, 30 losses. That's not a season, folks. That's a cautionary tale. And yet, Angel's in there looking around the locker room like she's above it all, demanding greatness while literally drowning at the very bottom of the standing. It's seriously like the fry cook at Burger King, demanding a Michelin star just because he remembered to salt the fry.
Something for you. Aaliyah Edwards is a lot of bucket.
And then, of course, came the infamous moonwalk.
Just 2 days after absolutely torching her teammates in public, Angel started backtracking faster than a toddler who knows they're about to get grounded. Suddenly, her words were taken out of context. Suddenly, she didn't mean it that way. Oh, and she apologized in private. And guess what? She loves her teammates. Pure classic PR spin, right? You could practically hear Michael Jackson's Billie Jean playing as she moonwalked straight out of accountability. Then Ariel Atkins, who apparently got drafted into the role of Angel's personal defense attorney, stood up in the locker room and delivered the whole "her crown is heavy" speech. According to Ariel, Angel is just a 23-year-old kid carrying the weight of the entire world. And listen, heavy is the head that wears the crown, but also heavy are those 8 technical fouls. Ariel basically transformed into a mix of Maya Angelou and Dr. Phil right in front of a team that's probably already packing their bags for the offseason. Respectful? Sure. Effective? Not even close. Because let's be honest, once you call out your teammates by name, there is no walking that back, period. This wasn't some innocent slip of the tongue. This was a full-blown TED Talk. Everyone knows Angel meant every single word, apology or not. And while Ariel is trying to keep the peace, half the locker room is sitting there thinking, yeah, but she literally said my name. That, folks, isn't a misunderstanding. That's an ambush.
Day. Basically, her entire team feels attacked by her from comments that she made in a Chicago Tribune article. This is what Front Office Sports is reporting. According to the report, Reese said she doesn't believe her teammates Rachel Bannum or Haley Van Lith are capable of leading a playoff team. Guard Ariel Atkins is another player on the Sky's roster with WNBA championship experience.
Now here's the real kicker. Executives from all over the league are actually saying what fans have been whispering all season long. On a real championship team, Angel Reese wouldn't even be the star. No, she'd be like a 3rd or 4th option. Translation, she's not the queen. Not the rook, not even the knight. She's the bishop. Helpful, sure, but absolutely not the centerpiece. And yet here she is, demanding all-star level reinforcements as if she's single-handedly carrying the entire league on her back. So now, the Sky are basically stuck in this super weird limbo. They gave Angel the keys, right? And instead of driving the franchise to relevance, she completely crashed the car, then blamed the tires, then blamed the mechanic, and then for good measure, blamed the guy who built the road. So Angel Reese is either the villain or the misunderstood hero of this league, depending on who you ask. But the other half thinks she's totally delusional, talking way bigger than her actual resume. But one thing is absolutely certain, she keeps the WNBA in the headline. Kathy Engelbert wanted drama, and Angel is serving it up like it's Sunday brunch, complete with all the fixings. And Caitlin Clark, the other half of this supposed rivalry, she's just trying to heal her groin and find some peace while all this chaos unfolds. She's sitting at home, probably icing her injury and sipping tea, while Angel Reese is out here smacking people, insulting teammates, and moonwalking through the press. This rivalry was supposed to be basketball's version of Ali vs. Frazier, but instead it's totally turned into a soap opera with injuries, suspensions, and endless locker room drama overshadowing absolutely everything.
Guys, Angel Reese roasted the Chicago Sky as a whole, as an organization, as a staff, a collective, and a crew so bad to the point where it actually gave them some motivation in tonight's.
Yeah.
So, here we are. At this point, a rivalry without any actual rivalry. A star who genuinely believes she's the franchise savior, but literally can't save her own locker room. A team that's a dismal 9-30 with more drama than actual victories. And a commissioner who totally thought this matchup would save the league, only to watch it collapse into a full-blown comedy show. Seriously, the Chicago Sky don't need better players. They probably need a therapist. And get this. That team meeting the front office, supposedly cooked up, it had way less team bonding energy and way more HR intervention before someone files a lawsuit vibes. You can totally picture it, a bunch of incredibly talented athletes sitting in those uncomfortable folding chairs in a circle, while some franchise rep awkwardly says, okay, let's all share how it made us feel when Angel Reese called you washed. Because, honestly, what do you even say in that moment? Courtney Vandersloot, who's been playing professional basketball since before TikTok was even a thing, has to sit there and listen to a rookie imply she's basically the WNBA version of an expired carton of milk. And Hailey Van Lith, who just came out of a college career where she was marketed like a Disney princess with a jump shot, now has to accept that her own teammate thinks she's incapable of winning anything bigger than a holiday tournament. Even Rachel Bannum, who already gets treated like the punchline of WNBA Twitter every time she checks into a game, had to hear her name specifically dragged through the mud. Let me be clear, this wasn't criticism. This was targeted shade disguised as honesty.
Now, the ironic thing about the Indiana Fever and the Sky is that the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, she started this thing called Rivalry Week, of which the parameters pretty much put the Sky and the Indiana Fever as rivals. And obviously the two players being the rivals are Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Now, Angel Reese has actually only played one game against the Fever, and she missed 2 games due to a back injury, and this will be her 3rd game that she misses against.
And then, what always happens? The inevitable apology tour. It's the always convenient, always predictable, I didn't mean it like that, y'all act. Honestly, it's the basketball equivalent of when a celebrity tweets something totally offensive and then posts that Notes app screenshot 12 hours later, complete with the classic phrase, I'll do better. Angel Reese didn't even wait for the weekend before suddenly switching gears and talking about how her words were misconstrued, right? Because calling out your teammates by name, position, and expiration date is just one giant misunderstanding. It's like she thought she was ordering at a restaurant and accidentally roasted her entire team instead. Now let's talk about Ariel Atkins, who's basically become the human shield of this whole operation. Ariel really tried it. She rolled out the sympathy carpet for Angel Reese as if she was defending a royal family member, hitting us with the whole, she's just a 23-year-old kid. She's carrying so much, the crown is heavy routine. A crown? No. Hold up, this isn't the coronation of Queen Elizabeth. This is a 9-30 basketball team that literally can't win a road game to save its life. And if that crown is feeling heavy, maybe it's because it's made out of all those turnovers and missed defensive rotations that keep piling up every single week.
This just in, Angel Reese is just back to being, and make no mistake about it, she can come out and say that she apologizes for the way that people took the comments that she made, but her comments were pretty...
Okay, the irony here is so incredibly thick, you could literally butter it on toast. Angel Reese is out here demanding great players around her, while at the exact same time, she's shrinking the pool of anyone who'd ever actually want to play with her. Cause let's be real, what star free agent in their right mind wants to walk into a locker room where their own teammate might blast them in the media before they've even tied their sneakers? It's like signing up for a reality show, but without the paycheck or the glam squad in the Chicago Sky front office. Oh, bless their hearts. They probably thought drafting Angel Reese was going to be an absolute marketing slam dunk. Ticket sales, jersey sales, massive social media buzz. Instead, what they got was the basketball version of a Bravo reality series. Teammates subtweeting each other in press conferences, veteran players sidelining rookies, and coaches visibly aging 5 years after every single post-game. This isn't a team, folks. It's a soap opera with a shot clock. And let's not forget about Tyler Marsh either, the poor guy. A rookie head coach, bright-eyed and probably thinking he was going to come in, install some cool offensive sets, and slowly build a winning culture. Instead, he inherited a 9-30 disaster, had his authority publicly questioned by his own player, and now he gets to referee locker room group therapy sessions. It's like being hired as a chef at a struggling restaurant, only to discover the kitchen is on fire and the waitstaff is literally throwing plates at each other.
Baby, one thing Angel Reese knows how to do is get the internet going. For those that don't know, an article was released today by the Chicago Tribune featuring Angel Reese, and she was basically just talking about the state of the Chicago Sky, her hopes in the offseason, and basically just putting pressure on the front office in regards to building a championship team around.
But maybe the absolute funniest part in all of this is the glaring comparison between what the league wanted and what they actually got. The WNBA so clearly wanted Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese to be the rivalry that would save women's basketball. They wanted those games to feel like Allie versus Frazier, but with ponytails. Instead, what they got was exactly one real matchup and then a whole lot of drama featuring suspensions, injuries, and players getting slapped around like it's amateur wrestling night at the YMCA. This wasn't a rivalry, folks. It was a blooper reel with a marketing campaign hastily slapped on top, and Angel Reese herself. She's unintentionally proving the critics right every single time she opens her mouth. Think about it. Michael Jordan didn't go on live TV in 1986 and say, yeah, I'd win a title if Scottie Pippen wasn't such a bum. No, he just played his way into dominance. Angel, on the other hand, seems way more interested in theatrics than actual box scores. And what about that slap on Aaliyah Edwards? It's hilarious how quickly fans pick sides. Half of them swore it was just pure competitive fire, while the other half called it an unprovoked cheap shot. But let's be totally honest here, it was somewhere right in between. Angel didn't full-on swing like she was trying to headline WrestleMania, but she also didn't just lightly brush past her either. That was a good solid backhand that had "Don't mess with me" written all over it. And then Aaliyah Edwards? Oh, she sold it like she was auditioning for a soap opera. If there were an Oscar for Best Flop, she'd definitely have it locked up.
All right, Black and White sports reporters. Well, my goodness. I decided to take a few hours off yesterday afternoon prior to the start of the NFL season tonight, knowing I'm about to be pressed into action as if I wasn't already. The NFL returns tonight. Praise baby Jesus. But I'm out of it for a few hours. And I get online this morning and I find out that Angel Reese has, for lack of a better way of putting it,
of course the league absolutely couldn't ignore it, so suspensions had to happen. But here's where it just gets hilarious. Angel Reese sitting out means one less Caitlin Clark versus Angel showdown. And wasn't that like the entire point of this whole circuit? The WNBA's supposed biggest matchup just evaporating into thin air faster than Chicago's playoff hopes. It's seriously like the league bought front row tickets to their own Super Bowl, only to find out both teams canceled. Meanwhile, the fans are stuck watching a 9-30 team try to desperately convince itself that it's just one piece away from contention. Newsflash, guys, you are not, and while she's busy trying to recruit great players, other stars are looking at the sky like, yeah, I'm good. I'll stick with a team where my teammates don't roast me in the media, thanks. Because make no mistake, that kind of reputation spreads like wildfire. Today it's Rachel Bannum and Haley Van Lith. Tomorrow it's any other teammate unlucky enough to share a locker room with her. If Angel keeps this up, she's gonna turn into that player everyone loves to watch, but absolutely no one wants to play with. A highlight reel with no chemistry, and a stat sheet with no rings to show for it.
And I get online this morning and I find out that Angel Reese has, for lack of a better way of putting it, shit all over her teammates. Or as some people might call it, drown her teammates. And ooh, her teammates are none too happy, nor should they be.
And here's the ultimate punchline, my friends. After all the endless talk about heavy crown, misunderstood language, and a million excuses, the scoreboard still screams one thing: 9-30. That's not bias. That is cold, hard reality. Spin it however you want. Throw in press conferences, team meetings, or carefully worded statements. But the bottom line doesn't change. The Chicago Sky are flat out bad. Because until Reese actually stops swinging at opponents and starts seriously addressing her own flaws, this whole saga won't evolve. It'll just grow louder, pettier, and frankly more absurd. If that crown feels heavy, maybe the real answer isn't Instagram captions or cryptic tweets. Maybe it's actually, playing basketball. Right now, her dynasty dream looks a whole lot more like a blooper reel on repeat. Now, if you enjoyed this, definitely make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and you can catch more videos on your screen right now.